Yeah, one thing I heard recently, I think it was a podcast somewhere, but they were talking about like these unknown truths, things that we know but we don't know why we know them,
Yeah.
and what they were kind of touching on there was, like in the Bible, they didn't know about bacteria and microbes and stuff, but they knew like you don't want to defecate where you live, because that's going to cause a bunch of problems. It wasn't until thousands of years later that we understood bacteria and microbes and what the actual reason for that was. But there is a certain sense of like we have to observe and understand and accept things that we know we can prove, but we don't really know why we can prove it sometimes.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of those, like in older societies, when there was less sort of like scientific knowledge and especially less codified scientific knowledge, I think that older civilizations, I think we'd be amazed by what they actually did understand. It's just in a lot of them, they didn't have written language.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of those cases, when those things were handed down, they observed like, well, you don't defecate where you eat because like that guy died.
Yeah.
But also like, we're just going to tell you don't defecate where you eat, and we're going to give you like a nice parable with a story that we can tell you about like not doing that.
Yeah.
Whereas like, yes, nowadays we kind of understand bacteria, and we understand we understand like bacteria botulism and all these things, like how they can wreck our nervous system and the way that our bodies work.
Yeah.
We definitely, I think back in the day, that's where storytelling came from. Like we're trying to not only entertain ourselves, but we're trying to instruct ourselves. We're not trying to like preach to ourselves.